feel like a lot of people don't realize, I guess, the powers of their reaction or what's actually happening when they're having a conversation that's around vulnerability. For example, a lot of people have issues with their parents, right? You might go to your parents and you'll say, hey, growing up, I felt like your love was conditional upon me like performing in a certain way or like doing the things that align with what you wanted me to do, right? And your parents' reaction might be, what's the problem with that? Like in the world, like you gotta work for the things that you want. Your response to that is like, see, and you still do it. You're still you're a shitty parent. Right? That's how a normal conversation goes. It might be more back and forth, and it'll probably end with you guys never talking or not talking for a long ass time. Or like when you do talk, that past conversation was swept under the rug, but you still have that issue, right? In that exchange of words, it was you being vulnerable, your parent putting up their shield, and in response, you attacked it. You didn't stay open, but it's like, okay, they said something that was like not really acknowledging it. I put my shield on, I put my armor on, and I picked up my sword and I hit their shield. And so now when you call them a bad parent and they still doing it today, it's like, man, no, I can never do nothing right with you, right? You're ungrateful, right? It's like now they have a sword, they have their shield, and they have a sword, all from the exchange of like, it started with just this me being vulnerable. But you have to stay vulnerable. You have to stay open. You cannot like react to them picking up their shield and say, okay, I gotta attack them because now they disregarding how I felt. It's like, no, stay open. So when they say like, this is what I did to prepare you for the world, be like, I understand that you had ill intentions, but it had a different effect for me, right? And when you said that, it kind of felt like you weren't acknowledging what I just said about how it literally made me turn out. You stay open, and as a parent, if you stay open long enough, the parent has opportunity to be like, damn, growing up, that's how my parents taught me, and I didn't realize the effect that it would have on you. This was me just trying to prepare you the best I could, but I'm sorry that it came off that way. And then, icing on the cake for the parent, I want to let you know that if you ever need anything from me, even if I don't agree with the way that you live in your life at the moment, I'm here for you. Like I love you. I'm your parent, and that resolves the conversation in like one exchange. I'm not calling exchange like you fighting or blows. Like one, like, hey, I didn't like that. I didn't like the way this was. I heard you. This is why I did it. But let me try to rectify it by doing this. The end. But a lot of people like drag that on. And it's like you have to not put on that sword and that shield and that like your whole full armor around your feelings. Like let that shit be open. Like damn, it's hard to hear, but let me hear it. Let me stay open. Let me stay open and see like what is it that's making me even want to defend myself, because there's no reason. Because I think the stronger thing to do in that type of situation is to stay open. I think it's a lot easier and a lot like that's the easy way pretty much to just deflect or just attack that person. Like what you said kind of felt like an attack to my character, and in response to me doing that, I'm going to attack your character. I'm going to say something to dismiss what you're saying so it don't feel like I even got to take accountability. But like there's nothing wrong with taking accountability. Like it's a strong thing to do. And kind of like if I care about you and you telling me something and you're staying open, or if you come to me open, fuck staying open, why the fuck do I have to attack that? Like what do I lose by saying, damn, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I didn't know it was taken that way, but look, I'm gonna work on that. And if I do it in the future, just let me know, and I'll correct it in real time. Like it don't take nothing from you, but to be like, I'll be doing that. Like name 3 times I did that. Well, you do that when I do. Like for what? What? And then like, cause I do a thing a lot where it's like, well, you do this, so why are you concerned when I do it? It's like, what the fuck does that mean? If you come to me being open about how something I did made you feel, and I didn't do that in the past when you acted the same way, say it was hypocritical, so what? You have the right to do that. I'm not going to take away the right for you to like address how you feel because I didn't address how I felt when you were doing it. That's not how that works. Stay open, like stay open on both sides, because in order for a space to be open and safe, it has to be open all the time. Like, you can't ever throw something or, hey, you be crashing out with your friend, so I can see why. No, that's not the time to do that. Stay open. Like, just literally just be open. Stay vulnerable. Have the space. And the space doesn't mean, like, people say, you're not a safe space for me. Like, understand that the safe space is just the vulnerability aspect. I'm allowing you to talk. I can see how you feel that way. I understand why you feel that way. I get it. Okay, cool. I understand. That makes sense. And then, like, if you come from that place and you stay in that place and you're not putting yourself in there, because sometimes, a lot of times, we do things like, that don't really make sense because that, or that's not really, like, you kind of like, let me, it's like you almost still, like, kind of like you're giving them back almost like a shield. It's like you kind of putting yourself into that situation. It's like, oh, that makes sense. And that's like, sometimes people's emotions can be coming from the wrong place. And if you stay open while explaining where you're coming from, it's a lot easier for them to receive it. It's the only way that most people can receive it. I don't think most people can, like a lot of things, like, I remember, like, Dame Dash, and he would say, people get all butthurt because of the way I said something, but the truth is the truth. It's like, nah, bro. Like, you screaming and yelling at people is like, you aren't able to be open with your emotions, and the only way you can express yourself is through anger. And the only thing that people are picking up is the anger, because you're not coming to say, hey, boardroom executives, it feels like you're taking advantage of me and my friend Jay-Z. It feels like you kind of cutting me out the loop, and I don't think that's good business. I would like us to be more transparent and open with everything that's going on. Instead, you come in, you motherfuckers coming in and doing a meeting without me, you bitch ass nigga. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, it's true, yes, we are doing a meeting behind your back. They might be bitch ass niggas, but, like, what are you trying to communicate? Because you have a main point, and then you have, like, the ammo. You have the gun and the ammo, and every time you use this ammo with your main point, the main point gets lost. I would tell my girl this all the time. We would get into it, and it's like, she would act out, and then come back later and be like, I was just feeling like, and it's like, at that point, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about, because, like, you could have just started with that. You could have just told me, like, what you did made me feel like this. Like, and I'd be like, damn. But when you start getting to, like, man, you always do that, it's like all that extra ammo is like, it's like you distracting people from your main point, which is you being open about what your issue is. Open, vulnerable. Not saying, I find it kind of funny how it's like literally just like getting down and expressing your emotion and stopping after you express your emotion. Or explaining, like, the situation of your emotion and stopping. It hurt my feelings when you did that. Stop. Hard stop. You don't say, because I find it funny that you did that, but when I did this, you had acted this way. You don't incorporate all that, because you're going from, like, emotion to logic to, like, defense. It's almost like you're trying to explain why they should listen to your emotion. But then if you go back to, if both people are open, what am I explaining anything for? I'm just telling you how I feel, and if you care about me, you're receiving how I feel and you're responding to it. So the whole conclusion of everything is, like, be mindful of what you're doing when you're communicating about an emotion, and be mindful. Don't, like, trick yourself to be like, I'm just communicating my emotion, but you're actually explaining your defense after you communicate your emotion and explaining all the reasons why you feel like your emotion is valid. Stop that. Like, what the fuck is you explaining for? Why do you have to qualify how you feel? If you feel that way, you feel that way. And that's the end of, like, the sentence. That's the end. And then that person comes through and, like, damn, I didn't know it made you feel well. I'm sorry. I struggle with this, or, like, boop, doop, doop, doop. Like, whatever it is, in response to being open, don't fucking, don't do that. Because you do that, it's like, yeah, don't deflect. Because we're wrapping it up. Don't deflect, but just stay open. Keep that space open. Keep the space open. And I guarantee, like, no matter what the relationship is between your parents, your partner, your friends, your kids, is going to, like, it's going to improve it, because there's nothing getting in the way or distracting from the point. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, Cause you ever seen Vinland Saga? It's like there was a point where he wanted to talk to the king, and the dude was like, all right, well, if you could take 100 hits without hitting back, you can do it. And he took it. And as the dude was hitting him, it's like, you lose the will to fight, nigga. Because, like, what am I fighting? He's not giving me nothing to fight back. Because you need something to fight. You need something to deflect. You need something to defend against. But if I'm not going to give that to you, right, eventually you're going to run out of things. And that takeaway, in the end of the takeaway, if somebody is not and they're not receiving you, don't go further. Just leave it. If you say how you feel and they're not in a receptive mood, they just kind of like, what you tripping about? Or they be like, man, you acting like a bitch. Leave it. Leave it. Let them put on their armor over their ego because they feel like they're being attacked, and you just leave it. Leave it. Leave it alone. Go live your life, because you know that, like, that may not be a person that you want in your life. And if they are somebody that you want in your life and they care about you, chances are they'll come back after that point when they calm down and be like, dang, you know, you're trying to open up to me. I'm sorry I responded that way. You know, it's hard for me to, like, they respond with vulnerability. But some niggas keep their armor on 24/7, and they're able to justify them acting that way until the day they die. And you might not want that person in your life. But that's where, again, don't meet them where they at. Don't put on armor, shield, and the sword and meet them where they at with their armor on and their shield and their sword that they have 24/7. Don't do that, because you're going to be like them. You're going to be able, like, to justify all your bullshit all the time and not take any accountability. So I'm leaving you with that.